My mother lied about my marriage. It ruined my in-laws' life. Ominous. First of all, I want to apologize. My story is not funny, but I really need advice. Well, we're not reading it. I can't sleep and I'm always thinking, me too, girl. I cry in my prayers and ask Allah for forgiveness and cannot trust anyone. I am female, 28, from Egypt, living in Dubai now. By the way, this comes from Matarau. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, first of all, I have to tell you I was raised in Egypt from a middle-class family. But we always lived like poor. My father loved saving money. He didn't like spending at all. Even meat or chickens, we only had it once a week growing up. Still, I have to be fair, my father was a great man. He is the best husband and father, really always loving and caring for us. May he rest in peace. But I never felt like my mom loved him. She always used to complain about him, wishing him to pass away. Ooh. Even saying to his face, I wish you would pass away and we enjoy your money.
Wow.
I can't blame my mom. Still, I never agreed with her. After he passed, she bought us a new home in a fancy neighborhood in Cairo and tried to fit in with that community. But it was always as clear as the sun that we don't belong there. I got married to an Egyptian guy from a very rich family. He was born and raised in Dubai, arranged marriage. His father is the sweetest man ever. I call him father, and I really feel like Allah gave me this man, replacing the hole in my heart after losing my dear father. Even his mother is a really nice lady. She's so classy, and since my marriage 5 years ago, she never put her nose in our business or anything. Even though we live in the same street, she taught me how to eat, dress, and speak like a Dubai lady. Me always asking her what is her opinion, and she gives me her comments in the nicest way possible. This is lovely. I'm a little worried based on the title, but yeah, it seems like this is really great. Now, where is the problem? And there we go. Since the beginning of my marriage, I was unable to get pregnant. We waited for almost 2 years, which is a long time for a Middle Eastern family. Finally, when we visited, me and my husband discovered that I have issues and need to be treated. My mom called my husband from Egypt and asked him not to tell anyone about this, thinking that people might think less of me. We're not in Egypt anymore. No one has this mentality here. She was so scared that he might divorce me for this reason and she would lose all of this, but deep inside, I know he would never do that. He took me to the biggest hospitals all over Dubai. Later on, I got to know that when people asked her about my pregnancy, she used to lie and tell them that my husband had issues. Crazy. Which means people will think less of him now. I got really mad at her, but I can't show it in our culture. We cannot raise our voice to our parents. My mother-in-law, we'll call her Sue, got to know about the rumor. She spoke to me and she was very angry. Stupid me told my mom about this and they both fought. It was kind of a big drama that lasted for some time, but it all ended when I got pregnant. My husband funded the entire trip for my mom to come take care of me during my pregnancy. This was the first time my mom left Egypt. She was so happy, and honestly, I was even happier for her. Especially my husband's family has a nice home and cars. She really lived like a queen for 3 months. Every day, Sue sent us breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the driver. I mean, it's Dubai. Yeah, you gotta be like super wealthy to live in Dubai. They started talking to each other again like nothing ever happened. Ooh, alhamdulillah. I have a very beautiful baby girl. She is a gift from God. Sue's friends wanted to visit me to give gifts and pray for the baby. That day, my mom insisted she would cook Egyptian local food for them and show them the actual Egyptian culture. They came and left, we had fun, and everything went amazing. In the evening, Sue called me to check on me. My phone was on speaker, and my mom was next to me as usual. I asked, how was the presentation and everything? Sue answered, the food was good, but I have a comment. Next time, wipe the dishes and glasses. You cannot give people wet dishes, but it's okay. I guess they understand your mom used to live in the village and she's doing the best she knows.
Oh!
Ooh, no! Sue, that's messy. Girl, that's petty.
You don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it.
Now, I know this was rude, but believe me, I know Sue very well. She doesn't mean anything bad, and if she knew my mom was hearing that, she wouldn't have said that. We don't need to fully forgive that. That was just own up that was messy. She shouldn't have said that. After closing with Sue, my mom started shouting, saying, why do you allow her to talk to you like that? And she raised her voice until my husband woke up. The moment she saw him coming down, she started crying, telling him, please book my tickets. I'll go back to the village. I know your mom was never proud of us as in-laws. She's always treating me so bad. She shouted at me a couple of times. Never happened. And she kept saying many other lies. Then she told him, you can ask your wife. I didn't know what to do. And I don't know why I even got mad at Sue that time and agreed with my mom's lies.
John, we're going to get back to the story, but I got to tell you, I've been loving these pearls that I got in Colombia.
You are a delicious beaded man now.
I do feel more confident at the very least, but I think these pearls pale in the amount of confidence an OK Storytime membership can get you.
That's right. You get 60 plus hours a month of exclusive live stream content. That's advice that'll make you the best version of yourself.
It's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Crack open that oyster and get the blues. But let's get back to the story.
My husband called Sue and said the meanest things I've ever heard him saying to her. You also came from a village. If you forgot your roots, you can visit your brothers in Egypt. Blah, blah, blah. Since, I guess, 2020. Okay. So we're about to time jump. So pausing really quick.
Okay. Yes.
Sue was really rude. I said a really rude comment.
Yes.
And then the mother got all, upset and was like, oh, she's yelled at me all this time. And then the OP's husband was like, how dare you, to his mom. And then OP backed up her mom. And so now that all just happened. Before we get into this kind of time jump, I think Sue definitely was out of line for 100%.
Yeah.
But if OP knew that her mom was lying, I mean, I guess it might be a cultural thing where she felt the need to defend her mother. But it seems like they both are really petty to each other. And it's just this back and forth, which is frustrating to deal with as the children in this situation.
What do we do here?
I don't know. It's I think, honestly, they should have tried to diffuse the situation rather than pick sides, I think.
Yeah, because now it's just like what's said's been said, and now you can't take it back.
Yeah, I think they should have tried to diffuse it, especially because we know that both of them have contributed to the situation. Obviously, Sue was in the wrong for that comment, for sure.
Now it's like a house divided kind of, and we're to have a time jump.
Since, I guess, 2020, Sue never entered our home. Even her relationship with her son became so bad because my mom kept saying more lies. Honestly, I also did say a lot, and I cut my daughter off from that house. I never felt guilty. I never thought about God's punishment until recently. I got a call from Sue. She was crying. She said, I will never forgive you. Even after life, I will ask God to take my revenge on you and your mother. Whoa. You destroyed my home and my family, and your mother is texting my husband what she wants from him. She told me, I pray every day to God that your daughter does to you the same as my son did to me. She said many things I couldn't forget. Apparently, my mom is texting my father-in-law, and I have no idea what type of conversation they're having that made her swallow her pride and call me. Later on, I get to know that she left the home and is staying with her daughter. I feel horrible. I suddenly realized how amazing this woman is, the pain we caused her. Honestly, I am thinking of telling my husband the truth, but I am so scared of him. I can't trust him also now. He hurt his mother so easily. Okay, OP, you're a bit the a-hole.
Yeah, what soap opera are we in now?
What will he do with me? Girl.
You've been living a lie.
I thought for a second when OP was saying that, it was just like, oh, she was taking her mom's side because she wasn't sure. No, she was aware of all of these lies and was...
And you went with it, yeah.
Yeah, you're the a-hole, girl. You're the a-hole. Tell your husband the truth. Absolutely. And it's kind of annoying to me that she's like, oh, I'm scared of him because he turned against his mom so quickly. And it's like, no, he was defending you and your mom.
And guess what? It was a lie.
Because he thought that you were telling him the truth. He trusted you and you lied to him.
You didn't think it was going to get that far.
You have to tell him the truth. I feel like I don't love or trust him anymore after he cut his mother off. For you!
You did that!
For you!
OP, you're an a-hole.
You're the a-hole. Even if it was for me, she's his mother, he will do the same with me someday or another. Girl, you're the a-hole. I'm sorry, what?
This is ridiculous.
I feel like OP's is still in this cultural mindset of like, you have to take your parents' side over anything, which is, I think, maybe why she's, defending her mom.
I'm pretty sure OP was like, this wasn't going to get that big.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like a little lie, and it may be like a little family argument.
You know who you can always trust? Us. To release another full episode with stories just like this. Just go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to the story, so we're going to jump into this because I'm freaking pissed at OP.
Yeah, OP, you did a huge 180 there.
Yeah, like such a giant 180. Your husband literally defended you and your mom.
He lost his mom.
He lost his mom for you. And my mother, I'm so angry at her. She destroyed the family and now she's going to destroy my life.
Stop pointing fingers. You're pointing fingers now.
It's your fault, girl. You were complicit in this.
Yes, like your mom started this, but you are also to blame.
You went along with it. Also, if my husband gets to know what is happening between her and his father, she did all of that because she's jealous of Sue. I know I'm kind of answering myself, but I can't sleep. I want to tell the truth But for sure my life will be destroyed. I will lose my husband and my mother. Plus, I don't think Sue will ever go back, even after I say the truth. I feel like they will not bother to apologize to her at this point as well, which will hurt her. It is better for her and for everyone like this, but I just feel so guilty. Please advise me, everyone. I have too many things in my heart to say, but I already wrote too much. I need to talk to someone. And there are comments, and I'm so excited to read them because I feel that they are going to be saying the same thing as us.
They're going to be very juicy.
Comment 1. You can't trust him? He did the right thing when he thought his mother did awful things to you and your mother. You need to tell him immediately. If religion matters to you at all, you know that if his mother passes away before he asks her for forgiveness and fixes this, it's going to be a really bad thing. He needs to know and he needs to ask for forgiveness. And that is the end of that story, but your lying is serving no one.
All the religious cursing here, you need to get this. Oh man.
You caused all this.
OP, you're an a-hole.
I agree.
Your mom, a-hole.
Stinky, stinky, stinky. But that is the end of that story.